I've been a clinician for almost 20 years, but I've been a CLT for 14 years. The first four, I was actually an inpatient. And then since 2015, I had transitioned to outpatient where I am currently. And I am seeing a lot of cancer-related type of lymphedema and impairments. Uh, and why did I get certified? So when I was an inpatient for a long time, I was working in the bone marrow transplant unit, and there was a season where we had a lot of patients coming in with significant edema issues. And one particular patient, he was just having such a hard time on top of his cancer diagnosis. He had this humongous legs that he was just in significant pain. So my mentor and I, at that time, we ended up intervening, after talking to doctors, etc. We ended up doing a lot of the bandaging as best as we can to help the patient. And from what we had heard from the family later on, that it helped him significantly. So from then on, I was curious to see what this, being a CLT was. And thankfully, I had the support from my supervisor and my mentor and my colleagues just to go ahead and take that certification. And I took it back to the inpatient for a few years, and then they had me transition to outpatient a few years later. As previously mentioned, I work in an outpatient hospital-based setting. Being in a cancer center, we see a lot of the cancer-related lymphedema and again, lymphatic impairments, but we do see non-cancer-related also. And I really enjoy this setting because I see the patients from start to finish, whereas before I would see them in the hospital setting, and just hopefully what we can offer is either bandage them for a short period of time while they're here and transition them to outpatient, or bridge that gap if a patient was getting treatment in our outpatient and they needed to be admitted to the hospital for whatever reason. I help with that and just making sure that they continue their treatment, and then as soon as they get discharged, I go back to outpatient. I like this setting in a sense that I actually am able to see the patient from start to finish. I'm able to help do the differential diagnosis, talk a lot with the providers, and just kind of get to the crux of what their issues are, if it's not necessarily cancer related, or even if it's cancer related, what else we can do for the patient. And then of course taking them through the whole course of care, and down to at the very end where we fit them for garments. I also like the fact that I can be creative in my provision of care, because as much as we love to do the gold standard of care, not everyone unfortunately can do the gold standard of care. So being able to do that and also still help our patients get to their goal of getting better and helping them improve their symptoms and just their overall quality of life. Well, I love the support and the encouragement from other clinicians. I've been to, I lost count how many NLN conferences, and even outside of that, the collaboration on ideas and just assisting each other with patients and some things that might be difficult to treat, and getting some ideas, or even things that just are potentially new to an experienced clinician. It's just really awesome to have that sense of community with this, because I feel like as a whole, we just want to have our patients be better and hopefully get to the goal of to where we can treat everyone and help everyone. Although right now I don't think that's something that we can 100% get to that point, but hopefully we can get to that, close enough to that. So whenever I we onboard a new clinician, whether new to the outpatient world or new just recently did their training, one of the things I always tell them is be confident in your skills, that you have learned the skills that you need to treat your patients. But at the same time, be humble enough that we don't know everything, right? I feel like a lot of the lymphatic community, or even surgical techniques and all that stuff, is still evolving, and we still have a lot to learn. So that's one thing that, I be humble enough, you don't know everything. And one huge advice that I like to give out is seek out mentors, because you have people that have gone ahead of you who knows a lot and have experienced a lot, have seen a lot. Don't be afraid to ask questions, because overall it's just going to help you and your patients, and just develop you into a better clinician. So I love that I'm able to show that I'm an NLN expert clinician, because it shows as a whole that we have clinicians who are seeking to be leaders in this profession. And while it's currently an option to be an expert clinician, it shows, my patients, my colleagues, and providers that we are pursuing excellence in our provision of care, and that we are attempting to stay up to date with evidence and trends in our treatment approaches, so that we can serve this patient population as best as we can. I have a lot, to be honest, but hopefully my more immediate ones would be to hopefully publish and share as much knowledge that I have learned so far with anyone who's new, or even experienced clinicians. One of the things I took back from when I presented in 2023 was somebody came up to me and said, I've been a clinician for 20 years. I never thought to do X, Y, and Z. And she was mentioning the treatment strategies that I had, that I was educating the group. And it was just, I'm thinking, like, I'm still new to this. Yes, I've been a clinician for a long time, but I feel like I'm still new, and I still have a lot to learn. But it's just nice to know that there's still, the people are learning from me, and I'm learning from them. And I'm really just blessed to have amazing mentors and colleagues, or even previous colleagues who, even though they may have moved or they have retired, I still am able to connect with them and just learn so much more. And it's just nice to have, like I mentioned, that camaraderie, collaboration. And so, yeah, that's some of my future goals. And hopefully I can pay it forward to either the next generation, the current generation of clinicians. Thank you.